We can go ahead and take a look at where we have some rain currently, and we are seeing, at least in the Marin area, a little bit of a break, but there's more rain that's developing off the coast of California, and beyond that you can see there's some lightning strikes. So we have some instability, and that's going to be the story as we head into Saturday. But tonight, it's just the rain. We're seeing mostly light to moderate rain, but some pockets of heavier rain are here or there. And you can see Modesto currently getting some rain, and then to the north, stretching all the way up to Linden, and then into Wallace and Lake Comanche area. We're seeing some of that more moderate rainfall. We're seeing some pockets also in between Sonora and Copperopolis. It looks like near Columbia. You're going to be seeing that, as well as Angels Camp, Forest Meadows, Arnold, Murphy's also getting some of that rain, heavier rain near Esparto. We're seeing that north of Knights Landing. And again, these showers all working their way off to the north and to the east as they cut across the valley and head into the Sierra, where we have, again, some areas of heavier rain, it looks like, just north of Nevada City. And then working your way up over Blue Canyon, you can see that rain really picks up. And then as you get closer, of course, to the summit, we have that transition. You got to get up above 6,500 feet. You see that transition from rain to snow, and it's a fairly wet snow, and as soon as it hits the road so far, it's been melting. And that should be the case through the night tonight, with snow levels that'll be fluctuating between 6,500 to 7,000 feet. So how much rain have we had so far? Well, this is the latest round that we've had, and it's been interesting to see. So the Bay Area, San Francisco, look at that, 4/10 of an inch, close to 1/4 of an inch in Vacaville. But all those heavier showers then moved north. So Marysville got 1/1400 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch in Oroville, and then they kind of tapered off. Other than that, we've only had 400ths in Sacramento, not even measurable yet in Stockton. We'll be seeing some measurable rain, I'm sure, soon in Modesto, and amounts have been fairly limited so far. But again, right now we're seeing some of that heavier rain just working its way up the west slope of the Sierra into the southern portion of our forecast area. So from basically Calaveras County south. These are the rain amounts that we're expecting. Saturday, tomorrow, anywhere from 1/2 inch to an inch, and that's up and down the valley. A little bit less to the south, a little bit more to the north. Come Sunday, kind of similar situation. Again, a little bit less to the south, a little bit more to the north, but we could see 1/2 inch to an inch in the valley. And then Monday it tapers off. We're still going to get rain, but it's only going to be between about 1/10 of an inch to 1/3 of an inch is what we're going to be seeing. Now, as far as the snow in the Sierra, snow levels, we're going to be going from 7,000 feet, dropping down to 6,000 feet through Saturday. So we get into Saturday night, it's going to be close to 6,000 feet. Then Sunday, we're looking at going from 6,000 feet down to 5,000 feet Sunday night and into Monday. And then Monday, it looks like it's going to be at about 4,500 feet. So we'll eventually see those snow levels dropping, and we'll see those accumulations really picking up, I think, on Sunday and Monday. Right now, temperatures, it's still pretty warm. 57 degrees in Sacramento, 60 in Stockton, as well as Modesto. Lake Tahoe, currently 41 degrees. We had a daytime high today in Sacramento, 61 degrees. It's been a warm start to our January here in 2026. Normally we're at 55 degrees, and our record temperature for this date, 67 degrees back in 2014. Winds, we're seeing some of the stronger winds right now. We have wind speeds anywhere from, well, 8 miles per hour up to 22 miles per hour in the valley. We have 23-mile-an-hour southerly winds in Placerville, 18 in Truckee, as well as Lake Tahoe. So there's the winds, sustained winds of 24 currently in San Francisco, with wind gusts close to 40 miles per hour in San Francisco. Wind gusts of between 20 to 30 to 32 miles per hour currently in Stockton. So we have these winds, and they're just going to be with us over the next couple of hours. You can see the winds and the gusts will be between 30 to 40 miles per hour, sustained winds between 15 to 20, and then the winds taper off into tomorrow. It'll still be a little breezy, but it's not going to be too bad. This weather system is going to move through. We're looking at valley conditions that'll be wet, periods of rain, and then we have the chance for some thunderstorms in the afternoon. So we'll be seeing that as we get past noon and through about 6 o'clock. Through the foothills, similar situation, a little breezy, but the chance for thunderstorms, that's what we're watching in through the foothills by tomorrow afternoon as well. And in the Sierra, it's going to be the snow picking up as we get into the afternoon. So expect to have conditions that are going to be very wintry in the mountains if you're going to be doing any driving. So back over to you.